guys, we are back. Round 1.5, I guess. We have got Jacko on the left, Gareth on the right. I don't actually know what they're playing yet. They're going to try and squeeze in a game for the next 17 minutes. But in the meantime, I am joined by round 1 winner, Paul Fallon.
Thank you for the nice introduction, Fish. Yep, this is my first time commentating, so please be kind.
I'm sorry, I can't do that. Yeah, so it looks like we've got a Cadets deck on the right for Gareth there, looking at Fire Lightning, which is pretty cool. I know he was quite a proponent of the new Ace. So.
Yeah. I notice Jacko has gone straight in with a Reeve Kate Sith, a personal favourite of my deck. It's something I still run to this day. It's very good to get both of your colours out straight away and to have a look in their hand. I think what a lot of people don't realise about Kate Sith is that you don't have to take the card. You can just look at their hand and give it back to them. Because obviously if you do remove a card, they draw an extra one, and it sort of goes against the point of trying to manage their hand if they are drawing secret cards straight away. So I very often just look at their hand, acknowledge it, and let them keep it.
Absolutely, and I don't know why as well I was so shocked the fact that Jacko's playing something with Ice in. I should have guessed that, shouldn't have I, really?
Ice Lightning's nice to see, though. It's nice to see big boys playing it.
That's it. Now, Mr. McBoy being awful tantalising in the chat there, saying you've got some big shoes to fill. Don't take that. Have him.
It's hard enough trying to find size 11s most places.
We are actually in a game here, so I will get some cards up now. We got
Trey coming in to recover something that I missed, unfortunately. But
some cadet of probably Queen, I think it was, maybe.
That's right. And I believe Jacko didn't discard either. I think he just let him keep the hand and use that knowledge to move forward.
Now it does look like Gareth might be alright for backups here. He's got the Cadet Searcher, got a bit of fire CP there, and is that Ace as well, I think. So
yeah, the new Lightning Ace I really like. I mean, it's very versatile, being able to discard and dull at any time. Opens up a lot of avenues. It's the attack increase as well, so it can be quite the combat trick. I mean, I've looked into it before as a sort of small engine to put into Ice Lightning, as just Trey, maybe 9 and Ace.
Yeah.
I think but it doesn't quite synergize as well as other smaller engines normally would. You need to see them in a specific order.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And again, I'm a big proponent of the Cadets deck, but I still don't think it's quite there yet. Until it still feels like it needs to be 3-color.
Yeah, there needs to be some kind of what's the guy's name in Opus? Category 8. He's a lightning backup, 2 cost. That lets you pay for 8 characters with any CP or something to that effect.
Sid something, is it?
I keep wanting to say Sid so far, but that's a different.
Yeah. Well, it just needs to be a Shinju, right?
Yeah,
Let's
of course.
be fair. So
Yeah.
That's a card at least I know the name of. So.
Yes. Currently playing Type 0 for the first time ever. Picked it up for a very reasonable £3 at CEX, and
nice.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I mean, I currently have one of my characters on a secret training mission, which is they level up while your console's off. It's quite handy.
Yeah, love it. Oh God, Mew getting played. I knew some cards somewhere.
Okay, Mew into 4-drop Matsuki.
Yeah. Now
Good choice.
This was something that Gareth really likes. There's a lot of ping things he can do, and using Mitsuki just to reactivate and finish stuff off was really cool to watch.
Oh, we're going into Earth as well.
Yeah, 3-color by Jacko, so he's going to make me update the scoreboard yet again. Well, I don't think I'm going to fit much more, so he best not update it any further.
I think 3 colours is enough, right?
Can it fit? Yeah, I'm good.
Nice.
Alrighty. So, thinking now, this isn't as sort of aggro ice as we've seen Jacko play in sort of before Christmas times, I guess, but goes in with the Vidia.
Okay.
What does he get off of this now?
Yeah, so it's quite interesting to see what choices he has, really. I mean, you obviously have to follow the rule of they need to be different colours, but he's got 3 colours to choose from. That opens up a lot of options, and we're going Seymour and
a Mist Dragon.
Mist Dragon, yeah, lovely.
So Mist Dragon is a staple pretty much of any Earth decks at this point.
Taking back that Seymour, maybe going into something slightly different.
Maybe?
Unalaska, yeah.
Okay, try and get some discard on the go, but if if Gareth can apply pressure here, that might be a little too little too late, I should say.
I mean, Gareth's setting up nicely. He's got his colours. He's got 3 backups and a hand of 6 or 7, I want to say.
I think it's the 5-drop base he's just scooped to the back there as well.
Ooh, nice.
I was a big fan of that one. But without haste, not that he's got anything to target for the damage, but the reveal 7, take 2 is real nice.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's not to be messed with. It's, cards like that make you think that category type 0 could be great, but it just feels like there's 1, maybe 2 pieces missing. Just maybe, I think it needs to be a backup. I think it needs to be a specific color fixing backup or a multi-element search that isn't one of the good named characters to avoid name clash. It's almost there. It's so close.
Exactly that. And yeah, I wish it was there, because I really want to be able to play some cadets again, because I used to love playing cadets. But, now, Paul's saying you can actually just change your clock on your console, by the way.
I've heard of this, actually. Yeah, no, I just haven't got round to doing that yet, but that's a very handy tip if I do want to speed through it. But I'm not got much chance to play this week, so before bed I'll change whoever's in secret training and carry on with my business.
Well, in the meantime, Irvin for Jacko here, and that is going to be a lot of easy targets to see. Yeah.
So we're getting rid of the big ace and something else. I didn't quite catch that, but that's a good choice.
It's going to be something else.
There you go. Leaving him with a Kalia Cheval in there, which really doesn't do him much good.
And then hits the Odin. Pew pew!
Yeah, that's
ever punished.
That is quite the EX to come back from. It's good going.
Yeah, well done there, Gareth. Just Jacko walking straight into it, face first.
It evens out things for him, I think. They're both on equal footing now in terms of number of cards.
Yeah, this game could go anywhere, but only for the next 10 minutes, because that's all that's left on round 1. So
I'll try to rug Rufus quicker next time. Give us more time for the bonus game, right?
And well, there's that ace that we mentioned earlier, the new ace from this set.
Yeah.
Great hero. I mean,
it's really strong. Every line of text on there is really good to have. I mean, requiring only 2. I mean, this is something that a lot of the new cadets say, which means themselves and one other, which is not a big ask. It's it's quite reasonable to get these things going very quickly from as early as turn 2.
And the fact that discard ability also isn't like sort of once per turn or anything. You can pretty much do that whenever. So
that's right. Yeah, I mean, as I was mentioning earlier, a combat trick is also quite good, because you can dull a forward and buff him by another K, and then suddenly you're blocking 8s and killing them. Yep. It's a really good way to manage light and dark cards if you go for those as well, which sometimes they're great, other times they're.
Well, speaking of dark cards, the darkest of cards, there is Chaos.
Yeah. I mean, even at 7 CP, that is quite the valuable card to have there.
I think realistically here, you have to hope to give up the sync, but we could potentially be seeing Arc as well here. Oh, but Amaterasu!
Oh my goodness!
Gareth.
You put that on the stack anyway, because I suppose now's the time. But
boom! But he gets to keep the sync. What an Amat there!
And then he will discard that card, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to discard 2 anyway, so you may as well get rid of the Chaos and not lose a forward to it. So pretty nice there. Well played by Gareth. Now we're probably going to see a bit of a response swing. Obviously, get that 1 damage. I mean, time is of the essence for these gentlemen, though.
I mean, I don't think there's any benefit to keeping a blocker in this particular board state. I mean, Jacko's quite low on cards, and
that was a pretty sweet hit as well.
Oh yeah, always painful to see a Sephiroth go into damage.
One of your personal favourites.
Oh yes. I hear a rumour that is to be a legacy reprint soon, and I think I might have to start chasing those now just to get a chance.
You're going to need a fat wallet for that one, mate.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see.
Now, a Scale Toad by Jacko. I am not sure really is there any point of this card.
I think he also did I think he might have done Scale Toad and Unalesca.
Right,
so
okay.
just to get those cards out of Gareth's hand, really force the hand size down.
I'm doing the streamer lean, and I spy Irvin in Gareth's hand this time.
Well, any deck that runs purple cards, you run Irvin, because he is
so good.
He's great. He's one of my favourite cards from this set, if not my favourite.
Yeah.
taking his Irvin away because he just knows how good it is.
And the chaos as well. I hate absolutely down for that. When you attack it, get rid of that Neo X stuff.
And so on. Yeah, that's moving a lot of colour options from Sam's break zone, if that matters.
Yeah.
And a Shantato going into damage. Yeah. Always painful to see when you're in this particular board state.
Speaking about this earlier to Shifty was like, oh, it's a crime to be running one Neo X deck. It always goes to damage. I was like, yeah, that's why Shantato's had two of most decks. You know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you see both of your Shantato go to damage, that means you were never meant to win the game. That's how I like to believe.
And usually around that time, is turn 2 at least, it's okay to cry.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I think we're doing a Unalesca activation, forcing that last card out of his hand, just in case it was any use next turn, and that was a big card to hit, actually.
Yeah, Man in Black could make a huge difference here.
Man in Black hitting Ixion.
It's not going to help this turn. I don't think he's got a CP for it, but...
No, I mean, if Sam Jacko was desperate, I mean, he could cast the CP, he could cast the Ixion to break Sync and mean that Irvine cannot attack or block. I don't think he needs to worry just yet. I think he can wait a turn or two, take a few more points of damage, and really threaten a big board wipe with that Ixion.
Again, though, these guys are on the clock. 5 minutes and 45 seconds as of now on round 1. So and it looks like we're only waiting on a couple of games left.
Okay, so we're going into Ace, draw a card. Because that's also a great line of text on that particular Ace, and I'm very fond of that.
Now, we can, in theory, stop that sort of Man in Black from attacking, which could be quite nice. And it would also keep your hand under Scale Toad effect as well, which would be also quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Jacko's side of the board, but Gareth, he's not being a slouch. He's really keeping things going. He's really making Jacko work for this.
And Irvine is going to be the one that does the bit of a poke.
Discussing Sync here now. I'm not sure what her effect is exactly. She's quite an old card.
Yeah, but she was quite a nice addition to the Cadets, if I remember. So
that's right. I mean, Opus 13 is not as old as I thought. I thought it might have been Opus 5.
So she is 9k, I believe.
Okay, which is significant.
Yeah, because it counts herself. But she doesn't have 7, so she's not going to get the attack and break option. Yeah,
I mean, that's sort of a win more effect, I would say, just because if you're already 7 cards on the board, why aren't you winning anyway?
Yeah, but again, I think when you lock yourself into only 2 colours of Cadets, you're never going to reach that sort of critical mass anyway. Yeah. Most of those backups are in wind that you need, so especially Rem. But I did see that Gareth does have a sneaky Odin still in hand.
Ooh, so, no, that's going to matter quite significantly because it does take out Man in Black.
Yeah.
And,
he can't play it as of yet.
Okay, so we've seen 2 Kate Sith go, and we've got another Vincent backup. So Reeve being very hard working in this deck, searching 2 different coloured backups, being a lightning backup himself. Really strong, really good. I mean, I'm also quite a fan of the 3CP Ice Forward Vincent, the one that freezes 3 backups. I think that can slow someone right down, but I've got a lot of time for the Earth backup too. Yeah,
that little bit of extra damage is nice, but shutting down your opponent's resources for a turn does, I think, hurt more in the long run, doesn't it?
That's right. I mean, I would say it's more of a mono ice / ice lightning thing, but...
Yeah, not some 3-colour abomination that Jacko's running here.
He plays it well.
I mean, slam chaos attack usually equals win, but and there is that Odin.
Oh, okay.
So instead, we're gonna.
On the stack of him discarding, he's going to do the hacker, which will wipe.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. And I don't know if Sync rolled. Yep, Sync rolls down as well. Very nicely played by Jacko. That really did what it needed to.
It would
exactly the right time.
You still get to dull the Man in Black. So
yeah, the dull effect would still go on the stack. They're just sorting that out now. But obviously Jacko did the hacker just before the dull, so that he didn't get the power buff and he died to 8k.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. But again, not long left. 2.5 minutes on round 1.
We do still have a fair few number of games to report, so we might get a few extra minutes, but not too many.
Yeah, someone needs to put the death knell here, and is Queen going to be the answer?
I really like this new Queen. Also quite like her in the game, her ability. Divine
she's
Judgment.
she's always been one of the more disappointing cadets, though, in the card game specifically. Billy Bob on 6 damage there. Jacko staring down potential lethal next turn.
I mean, he's got a real good chance to bounce back now. I think he's probably going to maybe do a Unalesca again just to force the final card out of Gareth's hand, just to make sure that there's no... wow.
A big loss as if to maybe put any sort of plans Gareth might have had of winning in the next turn out of commission.
So yeah, Biblos, then Unalesca to dull freeze Queen, which is really good. Really, really good.
Well,
he didn't attack.
No, maybe he's thinking.
He is on 6 damage. He does need a blocker. If something goes wrong, a haste will ruin his day. I suppose that's why he was former national champion and I'm not. He makes these better decisions.
I mean, the thing is, I suppose you could loop the Man in Black trigger if you can get the right summons in play, but
he's only got 1 card in hand, so I mean, he's not got much else to play with. He can block with Biblos, but I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, wow, Firion.
Now, this could probably be the time to use that Ixion if you can.
I think now is absolutely the time.
So, because this thing, I think, can attack twice.
Only if your opponent has 4 or more dull characters, which...
He does.
So, yeah.
And I think... Just a pass, though.
Sorry, he doesn't have haste, and I think that makes Firion much more fair of a card.
Yeah, I mean, it is still only a rare, so we can't do too much, but...
I quite like it. I run 2 in my Ice Lightning just because it fits my ethos, and it's one of the very rare duller character on entry, not just forward, which really adds up. Okay, so here we go.
Ixion.
I think we're going Ixion, and we're going to pay the extra. Are we not paying the extra? No need, really.
3 and yeah, she's 3 costs.
She's 3 costs, so he could have paid the extra, but I think.
I mean, it is expensive to just take out one additional forward, right? So
yeah, sure. There we go. So now he's doing Biblos attack. Yeah, that's nice and smart. Oh, he's getting risky. I mean, he does have a much bigger hand, so he does have options.
Well, he wants to keep that Ixion in his sort of effect because he knows he's playing a lot of cheap guys here.
That's right.
But no blockers now, so he's got to hope. I mean, if Gareth hits a 4-drop, some sort of haste, this is
it. Yeah.
Goodbye. Well, I suppose he still casts Ixion.
Just for the sake of saying something can't attack and block, right? Even if there are no valid destruction targets, it still has an effect, as it were, because of Man in Black.
But I guess he would still need to pay to, in theory, blow up the Queen once it's unfrozen. So
I think that's on the cards for sure. Jacko in a very precarious position here.
I think he's all right though. Like at the moment, the Man in Black is going to hold the line.
That's right. Yeah. I mean,
but the issue is also because of that Scale Toad now, Gareth cannot sit on cards in hand either.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's interesting to note that Scale Toad hasn't actually discarded anything. Gareth has played right into Jacko's plan, which is to empty his hand. And then with 1 or less in hand, you can Unalesca to get rid of the last cards, and suddenly you're up against 0 in hand, which is so much more comfortable to play against.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the only way for Gareth now is he needs to try and get something big out, and he says yes to something big.
Big 9. There's a lot of text on this card.
Yeah. Now, if I remember correctly, it's a power reduction to start with.
Yeah.
So let's see. You can dull 1 active. Yeah, he's not done the dulls. But when 9 enters the field or attacks, choose 1 forward opponent controls until the end of turn. It loses 2,000 power for each Job Zero Cadet you control. That's pretty nice.
Unfortunately, that's only 6k.
It is currently.
Yeah. Is that attack or entry?
It would be 8k. It's not enough to deal with Man in Black, though.
So we've got Trey.
Oh no,
9
and
Queen. Unfortunately, the rest are Agido Cadets or whatever Aracia Alrecia's job is.
Yeah. Now, see, this kind of brings me back to what you were saying earlier about the cadets. Like, there's that Type 0 thing, but they're not Type 0.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there's a new Matsuki which has a very rare line of text that says category Type 0 cards rather than Agido Cadet or Class Zero Cadet. It's a nice direction for them to go. If only a few more of those effects were a little bit more generic, I think there would be a nicer synergy.
Yeah, exactly. It would be really nice if we could kind of get that differentiation away from, Cadet and Agito Cadets, and that way I think the deck may have some actual legs. But
on the subject of Agito Cadets, have you seen the supposed box topper for the next set?
No.
Kurasame? When he's an Agito Cadet with 5 CP
yes.
Lightning? Yeah, he's significant.
Yeah, so we were having this discussion earlier, like people not seeing how it fits in with Ice at the moment because Ice is so aggro. It's like, yeah, but what if they ban Rogue? What if they do X, Y, and Z?
I mean,
we may not see a super aggro list next set. It might just die off. I don't see it happening without some sort of major ban or...
No, that's right. I mean, and of course, something even more horrible could come out by surprise in the new set, meaning that Rogue is just a fever dream of better times gone by.
Yeah, exactly that. And let's be fair, if that does come out, it's probably going to be a win card. So.
Oh well, yeah. There's, they've had almost a set of not being relevant. That's far too much time, right?
I'm glad that I'm sat alongside some colleagues of learned minds who understand the plight. But
if it's green, it's too mean, okay?
Yeah, you could definitely pull the silver spoon out of a green deck, that's for sure.
Okay, so going into Mist Dragon. Oh no, is he Kusith? Yeah, I think he's discarding Mist Dragon for Kusith. Yeah, there we go. Getting Man in Black back.
Yeah. Now
probably.
Well, the round time is over for round 1. We are still waiting on one game between Shifty and Dale by the looks of things. Now I do know Shifty is playing, I think Alex's deck, Alex Walker's sort of Summoners deck. So,
yeah, oof.
Now he's not very versed with it. He's only had a couple games with it, so we shall see. But there's Ixion. We're going to stop some attacks already.
What's he doing?
Jacko, just give it up. Just give it up, Jacko. Just go towards the light.
He's really got to expel his whole hand here to get out of this particular situation.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you do that because you never give up a game until it's completely over, in my view.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there's no point in surrendering. You might as well stick around for the fun and the giggles.
You never know. Variants might just shine down upon you and give you that 1 EX burst you need to sort of restabilise.
Ooh, so Gareth has a Brynhilda and an Ifrit, I want to say, in hand.
Okay, alright.
Maybe he was hoping that the 9 could have got on the attack and he could have got the draw off of the Brynhilda or something like that.
Absolutely.
But I don't think he's going to get that option now.
No.
But I think you got the issue though. You can't let Man in Black attack.
No.
You let him attack, you've pretty much signed your own death warrant, right?
Absolutely agreed. Yeah, I think it's too. You let it go off more than twice in a game, you are in a really bad way, in my opinion. It's just makes it a really good card. I mean, obviously it's a slower card. It's a more control playstyle sort of card, I would say. But that's not a bad thing if executed properly.
Yeah, I mean, there was that little bit, especially sort of profit by Paul McAvoy, where he was using the 3CP Rammer, give it haste, get it dull, start looping it that way, and that was pretty devastating.
I quite liked McAvoy's use of Cockatrice.
Yes.
That was a really fun little tech when he was playing Earth Lightning specifically, because, you just denied 2 forwards attacking.
And that, to be honest, that's kind of my enjoyment of this game at the moment, is seeing all the cards come back into relevance. Is so nice.
Okay, and we missed a Ifrit on the stack of 9's attack there, I believe, to get rid of Man in Black. I think that was
this guy.
Yes.
So we're still just keeping a sort of side eye over on the Dale Shifty game. We're hoping this one will wrap up soon.
It's close. It's close. Let's hope they don't get too cagey and forget what time it is.
The irony being is that Gareth didn't actually play tonight because he was like, that puts on over the limit, 5 rounds, I won't play.
Odd number.
Yeah. And now we're probably going to 4 rounds and ending just before closing anyway.
So. Oh, well. I'm here to play and we're playing, so let's go with that. That sounds good to me. Okay, so we are going to Trey S Effect. Oh, wow, that's quite significant.
That I did not see coming. It's very rare that we ever see many S-effects on the backup line.
They are still, well, just in general, I think, other than maybe Shinryu, there's hardly any S-effects in the game that are being played. Really, I mean, I want to say, Sephiroth in response.
Yeah, so the Queen is not going to live to see the next round, but it also means that 9 gets to attack, but the Biblos is still there as well.
So there might be some text on Queen that is causing a bit of controversy. It's not quite the simple break we were expecting. Is there some kind of ingrained protection on there? Oh, wow. Only when she's attacking, she cannot be chosen by some of her abilities.
Get shit on there, Jacko.
Oh,
but
that's huge.
It is only 7k though.
But it does take 2. Damage becomes 0.
Right, okay.
So it can block it inconsequentially.
And in theory, depending on what that card is in Gareth's hand, he could, if it's a lightning card, give Queen 2k and get that Sephiroth out of the way.
I mean, that would be game right there.
Yeah.
So
Jacko playing a back attack blocker and nothing
just
else.
a blocker on black attack, but I mean, are they allowed to take it back? What? What's going on? Well, it's a very gentlemanly game here going on. Good job this isn't an official tournament game.
Lucky this is so friendly, but well, I mean, we'll probably have to see the Biblos block now.
Yeah, you've got to declare block with Biblos and bring out Sephiroth, obviously on the 9 attack instead. So losing Biblos kind of hurts, but you've got to stop that damage.
So now if you're Gareth, would you just not attack with 9?
Well, yeah, I mean, if that information was there, I mean, we are going to...
So if by some miracle Gareth were to go Amaterasu right now, I'd be so happy.
I mean, that would seal the deal, right? I mean, that's... okay, so that's 9 gone. Jacko's back in for another turn.
Yeah.
He can swing discard, which is nice and oppressive. I mean, there's no 2k bodies for him to kill. A very useless arc in Jacko's hands. It's always not nice to see that when chaos is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, another Ixion though, could potentially pay the full cost for it.
Prish.
Well, instead we're going to warp a Prish, deal 8k that way.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, what else are we going to go for here? I think we need to see another forward if Jacko is going to attack.
Yeah, warp 2 is an
there we go. He's not attacking. He simply went with Unalesca.
Yeah, and again, warp 2 could be an awful long time to wait when you're on damage 6.
That's a lifetime. I mean, Gareth's in not a great position now, though. 4 backups, 2 in hand.
Yeah.
Sam has physically more cards than him, which is always a bad sign.
And the issue is if by some miracle we get to the point where that push comes in, it's going to dull freeze a forward and a backup, so... I don't...
Okay, sync.
Another sync.
9k forward is 9k.
Is that the older sync? Oh, Kitty throwing out some gang signs over here.
I'm sorry, my friend, you've been replaced.
Yeah, he's doing a great job as well.
I agreed to work for half the price.
So this is the sync that we got.
Oh.
It's not going to really do much, but Chaos says, nah, I'm just going to steal it. Ooh, so we have just been informed, Kiddy versus Paul Fallon next round.
And would you believe I don't want that on stream?
That's alright, you've been on stream.
Don't be so...
I will not be so negative, Dan, don't you worry. Okay. Ooh, Sam really bringing this game back in his favour now.
Come on, Jacko, Gareth, pinch one off. We're waiting for round 2, yeah? Let's have you.
Okay. I am going to go get to my table and be ready.
Sure,
it has been a pleasure.
You carry on.
I'm very interested. Oh, there we go, and there's the handshake, as if they heard me from across the room. Not impossible.
Right, guys, I'm going to do a quick PR back, and we will be back with round 2. Catch you in a bit.